Leo ni siku ya kliniki ya mfuko. Financial clinic, tumeweka reception safi kama kawaida. We are ready for you as we get into today's conversation. Today we want to look at economic trends and just do a bit of an analysis here and there. We get to hang out with a financial advisor. Mr. Kelvis Musumba is in studio with us today. How are you doing, sir?
I'm very good, James.
Karibu sana.
Asante.
It's good to have you.
It's a pleasure being here. You should make these, invitations so often.
Well, we just will. We will.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about today's conversation on economic trends. One of the things that a lot of us are talking about currently is the whole issue of inflation.
Yes.
And the high cost of living.
Yeah.
What are some key thoughts you have about that? Is this something that's just happening in the country? Is it something that's happening globally? Why is it happening?
I think when you listen to perspective from various individuals, you feel like inflation is really pressing us, due to the increase in prices of goods and services. Skari imepanda, unga imepanda.
Yes.
But then when you sit down as maybe a financial or an economist, inflation is not really a bad thing, but then it's supposed to be at a certain limit.
Okay.
It's supposed to be steady, predictable also. For the comfort of the common person, the consumer, so that if the packet of unga is to increase, it's not by a huge margin. Yes. For your comfort and also to sustain the economy. So inflation is not a bad thing. But currently where we are, inflation is currently at 8%. It's 8%. Very high. Noting that according to CBK, CBK caps it at 5% with a 2.5% margin on either side. For adverse shocks, then you get that inflation should be at around 7.5, and when we are comfortable, then this should be at around 3.5%. So yes, inflation currently has been on the rise. But also, talking of...
Before you go further, break it down for us further.
Yes.
When we say inflation is at 8%, what exactly does that mean to me? Because I've realized sometimes there are things we hear, but I can't break it down to how does that affect me. It's just like the whole, we were on the streets about the high cost of living.
Yes.
Now it's shifted to the finance bill, and not even the finance bill. It's the housing issue.
Exactly.
It's zingine hatujui, housing ndio tunajua. So we keep going all over the place. So when you say inflation is at a high of 8%, how does that affect me as a normal person?
Affect you. Okay, first of all, let me start by explaining where we came to be at 8%. Before COVID-19, the country's economy was well performing. We were a fast-growing economy in sub-Saharan Africa, and even in East Africa, we are a strong economy. But then, just into COVID-19, we saw the government bring in the tax relief burdens, where we had the 16% VAT reduced to 14%. We had guys who are waived of their pay, and others reduced, by 5%. Those of low cadre were waived completely of the payee. So this means the government was running, but with little, in
less
their
income,
pocket, less income. Then we came into COVID-19. We saw job cuts. We saw companies freezing employment. Then after COVID-19, we saw also now Ukrainian war. Now the Ukrainian war is here with us, and as you know, Russia contributes 11% of the petrol, petrol share worldwide. So this means if we are unable to get enough petrol to sustain the economy, then we have a deficit in the market. So we have Russia, and also just to note, the year 2021, before the Russian war, Kenya imported about 343 million USD goods. Those are cereals, vegetable, and oil cooking cooking fats, which would have sustained, the deficit in terms of what we had in the country.
Okay.
Yeah. So the Russian and Ukrainian war plays a pivotal role in making the price of goods and services go high.
Okay.
Reason being, as you know, the law of demand and supply.
Yeah.
Now that the supply has reduced, but the demand is high, then you see the
price
prices
has to go high.
Now this trickles down to now what we call the unga, the oil, where now you find that if I'm getting unga, let's say from a miller, in Mombasa to Nairobi, and I'm using transport, I have fuel to incur. You have also, the mechanization and petrol, which is used in milling and all that.
Yes.
And all these adds up into, into the final product, which now comes into our shops. So now when all these sums up to whatever we get to our shops, then we find that the prices go up.
Have gone up.
So that is why now we have to go to the streets. Guys have to go to the streets and say, no, we want unga down, no sugar down. And the alternative is the government might decide that we incentivize or subsidize some of these things. In the short run, as we wait for things to get better.
But subsidizing means another area has to suffer, because this money that they used to subsidize has to come from somewhere.
Exactly. And you see now the problem here comes in where now we have, yes, we are a good economy, but we are suffering in terms of cash flow. That's in the public domain, that our cash flows haven't been that good. The government needs to pay the debt that we took to facilitate infrastructure and all that. We have salaries for government personnel, teachers and all that. We have county revenue share, which is coming in here. We have development. So now the government has to sit down and say, so what do we prioritize? With this little money, so should we increase the taxes so that we can get more to facilitate 1, 2, 3, or should we also borrow to facilitate incentives?
And for me, taxes seem like the low-hanging fruit.
Yes. Especially, I've seen these being implemented with the current government, whereby they seem to see the employed people as the low-lying fruits. Once you implement these, we are able to...
We are the chickens that lay the golden eggs.
Exactly. So it's either guys in employment or fuel, because also fuel, it's really, really goes quite fast.
But I'm just curious, would want to find out what you think. Because I feel like it's almost like trying to fill a basket with water. Yet it has so many loopholes that create a lot of wastage. So because it's depleting fast, you're trying to fill it faster and faster and faster. And it seems like it's rising a bit, but more than you're putting in is coming out. And sometimes I wonder, when I look at now the situation we are facing as a country, would it be wiser, first of all, to be ruthless, to seal the loopholes?
To seal the loopholes.
Yes, because I'm thinking even from a public outlook, it gives you more mileage, and it makes me feel like, okay, maybe I should give more. Because where there was wastage, I'm seeing like you've really worked hard to seal. But nothing is being done about wastage. On one end, things are tight. I find stories very interesting. Things are tight, the economy is like this, we have to... Then you're seeing these people are still buying new cars, they're still renovating, they're still having ceremonies that are costing a lot of money. I don't know what your thoughts are.
That's true. I think back to when Obama visited, the very last time Obama visited the country, he insisted on the need to first seal these loopholes by maybe strengthening, our judiciaries, you know, the regulatory boards.
Yes.
Yeah, so that at least we are able to curb all these at a glance. Yeah. So now the problem is that to be able to also seal these loopholes,
Yes.
you need also finances. Yeah.
Yes.
The judiciary needs to be allocated their finances to facilitate, you know, their processes. Yeah. We also need to develop, you know, these regulatory boards, which whereby you are paid enough not to take, you know, bribes and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, the askaris on the road. So these are things that really need finances, but also it's also fully dependent on maybe our leadership.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
because I remember when I think when the late Kibaki took over,
yeah.
there was such public goodwill because of some things that were being implemented. You know, I mean, it seemed like this corruption thing will finally take care of it. The public was participating. You know, whether it was the policemen who were taking bribes or the matatus that were refusing to comply with the seatbelt issue, people walked to work.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, do what you need to do as we will walk. But anyway, let's move from that. And I want to mention something in relation to what we've talked about with inflation.
Yeah.
How does that affect businesses? How does that affect those who are employed? And also, how does unemployment, because that's another issue that we keep talking about, how does unemployment also factor into this issue of the inflation?
The inflation. Okay, first of all, we just from COVID,
Yes.
and we've had a lot of job cuts. Yeah,
Yes.
so the economy currently is not that healthy, or the job, basically the job market hasn't healed that much.
Yes.
We're still at a highest rate in terms of unemployment. Yeah, and reason being, we've done so little, yeah, to create employment.
Yes.
In the long run. For instance, currently, yeah, the recent economic report reported that we imported 18%. We've registered 18% increase in terms of import of food. Yeah.
Food?
Yes, in terms of import of food. Yeah, but you see, on another page, then you'll find out that agriculture has been like in the from around 2000, agriculture has been a contributor to the GDP. Has been the strongest contributor to the GDP at 22%.
Okay.
Yeah. This means that back then tea, coffee used to be our key revenue drivers. Pyrethrum. You remember the days? Exactly. And then we used to have aggressiveness in terms of advertising our tourism. I mean, Tembea Kenya and all that, you know. So all these haven't been, you know, we haven't put much emphasis in all these. Yeah, we've had a number of individuals graduating, graduates year on year, and we're still not creating enough jobs to sustain these these people. You see, what we are doing currently, we are importing more instead of, you know, incentivizing this production, such as farming. For instance, the current World Bank survey indicated that we have we had 48% of agricultural land. Yeah, these are around 28 million acres.
Yes.
Yeah, arable land, which means this is land that we are continuously utilizing. Yeah, or land that has been utilized within within 5 years is only 5.8 million.
Wow.
Yeah, which means we still have a long way to go in terms of, you know, enhancing agriculture, optimizing our lands, you know, convincing our young people that, you know, you don't have to go for these white-collar jobs. You can still farm and still make money. Yeah, so this is what we are supposed to focus in. Yeah, we are supposed to focus on agriculture. What are we doing about our tourism? Yeah, noting that we've come from COVID, where we we closed down on most of these hospitality
Yes,
industries.
hospitality
What are we
industry
doing?
was at a-
Exactly.
yeah.
So what are we doing to enhance these so that we can create more jobs in the economy, apart from, let's say, apart from maybe borrowing to facilitate maybe the infrastructure, apart from maybe increasing taxes to facilitate maybe salaries and all that.
Yeah.
So what we're supposed to do is to invest more on things such as manufacturing,
Yes.
mining,
Yes.
agriculture, and all that to facilitate growth. Yeah.
And I think now is the right time to do that, because when I think about the now generation, our young people who are in their 20s and in their 30s, I find like they're more, they're thinking about what they can do, not necessarily being employed.
Yeah.
My generation, the song that we were sung to is find a good job.
Good job.
Find a good job. So a lot of people from my generation, they had job.
Yeah.
But I find that our children are more, they're more innovative.
Exactly.
They're coming up with ideas.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm seeing young people importing things from China. And you're thinking they have a lot of money, though they just use 20, 30K.
Exactly.
They brought in some plastic containers they've sold, so I don't know to So because we have this generation that seems to be thriving and tech savvy, isn't there anything that can be done to encourage that, so that we take care of the whole issue of unemployment?
Exactly, and this now comes in on issues to do with technology and how technology is taking in the economy. Because yes, we've thrived in information technology.
Yeah.
I mean, we are doing well with M-Pesa, M-Banking, FinTech. We are doing well towards information technology.
Yeah.
But then we have so much which we need to enhance in technology. For instance, now that we have youth who are into tech, who are tech savvy, can we capitalize these personnel or workforce and show them how agricultural technology works,
Yes.
business technology, entertainment technology, so that we are able to optimize their tech savvy and their experience, and they really want to be in that space of technology. So we are able to optimize this particular population to maybe increase our economy in agriculture and other sectors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, it's the Financial Clinic. And talking about finances, are you planning a solo vacation this year? Or maybe you're taking your spouse somewhere? Well, this is your chance to see a different world with MasterCard and Kenya Airways. Whether it is the Great Wall of China, whether it is the Burj Khalifa in the UAE, the sandy beaches of Kenya and South Africa, United States, Netherlands, and so much more. If you are a MasterCard holder, listen up, my friend. There's a discount I need you to take advantage of. Log on to www.kenya-airways.com and get to enjoy up to 15% discount once you pay with your MasterCard and you use the promo code MasterCard. Buy your ticket this month between the 1st and the 30th of June 2023, and you can redeem your booking all the way until the 30th of December 2023. But there are 2 blackout periods on the 24th and on the 25th of December. So, my friend, do not miss out on this great opportunity just for you. This discount is applicable one way, it's applicable on return journeys, and it's applicable on multi-city journeys. All Kenya Airways destinations with direct flights are included in this discount. My friend, this is something good. Take advantage of it. Go to the website www.kenya-airways.com. Look at other routes which are applicable with the up to 15% discount. And remember, when you pay with your MasterCard, use the promo MasterCard. MasterCard, the safe and convenient way to pay. Terms and conditions apply. On the Financial Clinic today, we are looking at global economic trends. We are hanging out with Kelvis Musumba, who is a financial advisor. Your thoughts, your comments coming through on 20316 for SMS and WhatsApp 0786 316 316. There's something we haven't talked about.
Yes.
We had begun, but we deviated a bit on the whole issue of how does this affect employers. We focused a bit on opportunities and you know, opening up spaces for opportunities. But what about those who are employed and those who have employed? You know, mostly we talk about the employed, but the employers also have a burden they're carrying. How does this whole picture affect them?
The whole inflation,
Yes.
the economical trends. But basically, from the employee, if we start from the employee perspective, yeah, basically inflation affects them in what we term in economics as the demand pull inflation, whereby it's about, you know, buying, you know, goods and services which are inflated, where prices are much high. And now once this happens to an employee, you know, the ripple effect is that now they start demanding more from their employer.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, skari imepanda, so increase my salary.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is what now the employers start facing. So when you start facing this, whereby there's pressure on you to increase employee salaries. Yeah, for instance, the issue to do with the current finance bill, where you have also to pay for your employee houses just in case it happens to go through. Then what the employers tend to do is that they sort of reduce the number of employees. They restructure the organization. Yes, because they want to cater for these particular employees. And also too, there's also for employers who are in the manufacturing industry, mining and all that, it increases their costs. You know, the cost of production, you know, cost of inputs. For instance, currently, especially with the current dollar rate, you know, exchange rate, with the current exchange rate, if you're a person who's importing products, then you see your raw materials prices have risen. Prices have risen for raw materials, and then basically the whole process of manufacturing, mining and all that, the cost has increased. Now here is your employee who also wants you to increase their salary. Now this reduces your profit margins. If your expenditures increase, it reduces your profit margins. So basically, the employers also face a challenge.
And then also now, once even they take their products to market, my purchasing power has been reduced. So I wouldn't even purchase as much as I used to. So it's a whole cycle. It's a what do you call domino effect.
And actually, you know, for instance, businesses and investors, when they want to venture into a certain market, the first analysis they do is the consumer analysis. You want to know, are people buying this particular product? Do we have demand for this particular product? So then, if we are able to have demand for this particular cup, then we can invest in this particular cup. But if the common person doesn't have the financial muscle to purchase this cup, then why should I invest in it? So basically, it's a cycle.
John Githanga from Nakuru, how are you doing? John Githanga is saying our government has been saying that debt burden repayment is the main issue that has occasioned the current economic meltdown. From where you sit, what do you think should be done to revamp the economy at the moment? And second question, what's the current Kenya's per capita income? Would you have those figures?
The current Kenya's per capita income is at 2,000. So it's around 2,040. USD, if I'm not wrong. Because our current GDP has slightly risen compared to the strongest GDPs in Africa, maybe such as Nigeria. So our current per capita GDP has slightly risen, but also noting to answer in terms of per capita. You know, strong economies such as Nigeria have registered a low per capita income. with huge.
Maybe you need to define those terms. Let me not assume that everybody who's listening in understands what we are talking about. Yeah.
Okay. So, well, GDP, how we calculate GDP is basically you sum up the consumer spending, government spending, investments with businesses, and the net, net export. Yeah, that's import export.
Okay.
Net import export. With this, now you get the GDP. Yeah. So now, when you have the GDP, to get the per capita, then you divide by the number of the population.
The population.
Yes. Then now we are able to say that, for each individual, we allocate this much. So, for instance, you might have economies such as Nigeria, whereby their GDP is so high.
Yeah.
But then it's high because we have very rich individuals, and then we have individuals who are down here.
Yeah.
So now when you are doing the per capita, then you assume that every person is on the same level because you've divided the GDP to each individual. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about international trade.
Yes.
How does it factor into this conversation and what we've been talking about?
Well, international trade is important. Yeah, it's a very vital tool for an economy, especially like ours. But also it has its own disadvantages. But first of all, some of these huge, strong economies might want to engage in, trade ties with us. For them, they have on the table what they want to achieve. Yeah, so also us as a country, do we have, our objectives when we enter into these trade ties? Yeah, we've seen, for instance, the recent ones to do with, people are able to travel from Kenya to maybe South Africa or to even, the recent one was in Djibouti, without a visa, right? Yeah, so basically those are trade ties. But how does these trade ties have to translate to our economy? Now this is fully based on our businesses. How do our businesses want to maybe expand past our borders? Maybe also export products to maybe neighboring countries. For instance, the recent years we've registered huge exports in Africa, followed by Asia. So would we want to increase our exports so that when we are doing our GDP, it's able to trickle down to productivity in the country and even employment and the cost of living in the country. So we have trade ties. So we have countries which have taken advantage of these trade ties. For instance, the one we just talked about during our break, between China and US. That's the North American, it's called partnership, some called up, but the North American Free Trade Partnership, whereby US firms are able to outsource call centers, in India. And this creates employment for Indian individuals. We have countries which also have been able to leverage on these trade ties, such as Mexico, whereby we have we have various automobiles, automotive industries, which have decided that we'll be manufacturing our automobiles in Mexico. This creates employment. Cost of living for individuals. You don't have to complain of jobs. You have more informal sector than more formal sector than the informal sector. So basically, we need to leverage on these, not just in this visa, but we need to leverage on the firms that are coming in, foreign direct investments that we are getting into the country that will assist us, propel the economy.
Okay. For the normal Mwananchi, with this cost of living continuing to spiral, and things looking the way they are looking, if somebody was to sit down with you and ask you for financial advice, how do I cushion myself? How do I stabilize myself? How do I go through this? What are some key things you would tell an individual?
Well, I think the first step is to first, come up with a revenue stream, income, basically, because you can't just sit and pretend that things will be better tomorrow. So basically, you need to, especially for young people, you need to scout or look out for maybe revenue streams from your talent. You've seen talented people getting through. Maybe you need to do more research on maybe what is lacking in the market. Try and sort investment in such. I've seen also people trying out these online writing, though it hasn't captured that. But then first of all, what I'm driving at is that first of all you have to have a revenue stream. Well, once you get to identify where your income comes from, be it selling mandazi, be it being an intermediary and going to let's say to Nanyuki to source for potatoes and bringing to Kempinski and the likes, so that you can generate income. Once you start generating income, then now we can talk about now how do you get to manage your income and scale it, so that reduce your expenditures if that's possible, basically. Sort of, though this conversation is sort of difficult in a way, noting the current state of the economy. There are some people you might advise them on, trying to allocate your income when the income itself cannot fully, sort even your basic needs.
Or it's no longer consistent.
But first of all, try and look for revenue streams. Income.
I'm curious because they always say that with every crisis, there's always an opportunity. There's no crisis that has no opportunity. And the issue is majority of the people always focus on the crisis. But few people actually recognize the opportunity and go for the opportunity. So from where you sit, if you look at all these things we've been talking about, in the midst of all this, are there any opportunities that
Let me tell you, to be frank with you, I think this is something I've been thinking, and also I've tried engaging several youth in regards to these aspects. I really feel agriculture is a very huge opportunity for young people. Only that, most of them you wouldn't want to tell them this directly, because most of them might want to maybe deviate and feel like, I have this degree, I have to go for formal employment. but currently, even yourself or other individuals who are formally employed, they have, we call them absentee landowners. They have land, maybe Mashinani, wherever you come from, which you ain't farming. That's arable land, which is not being put into good use. Even if you come from maybe a home where you don't own land, there's space where you can negotiate, with maybe someone, maybe individuals, to try and put their lands into good use, at a fee. I mean, it's just being proactive. And you see, this trickles down to our food security in the country, noting that we have huge chunks of land which are not being put into good use. So we have absentee landowners, we have government lands which are not being put into good use. This can be, a revenue stream for these young people. As I had also mentioned, we are only utilizing 5.8% of the arable land. So basically, it's just getting to research more, you know, with your all tech savvy, you know, tech savvy prowess, getting to apply these in other sectors, not necessarily looking for a formal employment. Yeah, you can thrive in maybe wheat farming.
Yeah.
You can thrive in maize farming. Currently, the country has a food shortage.
Food shortage,
and I've seen also the focus of our government. You know, they're trying to, you know, to focus on agriculture.
Yeah.
So I really feel somebody who will be able to take, you know, to take these opportunities soon enough. Yeah, they'll really reap a big
harvest. You know, and I'm just thinking about that combined with what we talked about, the technological advancement, because technology has opened up space. Information is now flowing.
Yeah.
You know, people are coming up with new things. You're able to see what people are doing in another part of the country, in another part of the world. You know, and I think the time is ripe for us to be innovative.
Exactly.
You know, and to do things differently.
Yes.
Yeah. Because one of the things I keep feeling is, even on matters leadership, I keep feeling like we are so stuck in our old ways. And so we are not moving forward as fast as we actually can. Because when you look at us as a country and actually what we have, sometimes I feel like we don't really understand what we have.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you see, the leadership in regards to technology and driving people, letting people know that, you know, we are going the tech way, yeah, we are going the digital way. It's supposed to come from up here, yeah, so that we are telling you that, you know, you guys, you need to prepare, yeah, for technology 1, 2, 3. You've seen what is happening in Kericho, yeah, with the torturing of the tea planking machines, yeah. So this means these are individuals who were so rigid to know that, you know, technology will come.
It will come.
And you see, technology, well, it will come and it will sort of take or take part of our...
Yeah, it will take our jobs away.
Our jobs, yeah. So we have to prepare. And by this, then, we have to also equip ourselves with the knowledge, with the know-how. That's why we have to leverage on these tech-savvy individuals.
Yes.
I've seen individuals who've come up with, on the agri side, you know, ways on how to do soil testing, pest control, and all that. So we need to leverage on this technology, which is with these young people, to scale up our economy.
You know, talking about farming, yesterday I was hanging out with a friend of mine, and he was telling me how, you know, he realized he has a plot of land, I think somewhere in Machakos, if I'm not wrong. And he was telling me how he's planted greens, boga. And he was telling me, weekend I come back with my carload full. And he was telling me the first time I came to Nairobi with a carload of sukuma wiki, I was wondering who will buy this sukuma wiki. Because ikilala siku moja siku mbili kuisha. And he was telling me, my neighbors bought. All of my neighbors bought.
Exactly.
Yeah, and now I have a base of about 20 clients that I'm supplying greens to every day. And I'm looking to growing my base to about 200.
Exactly.
And I thought, okay, that's workable.
Yeah.
That's workable.
Yeah.
And I think we also need to start thinking along those lines. But as we finish, when you look at the situation that we are in, what do you see ahead? Because another thing about us as a nation is we love complaining so much. And in our complaining, sometimes we miss to see the big picture, or we miss to see the opportunities. So for you as a financial advisor, somebody who looks at the facts and the figures and you put pen to paper, what do you see for this nation?
Well, I really feel, yes, we are going through a phase. Yeah, we are going through a phase as a result of what happened.
Yes.
Yeah, including whatever we've talked about from COVID, from the Ukrainian war, from climate change. You remember when we had drought and, you know, we didn't manage to reap, you know, as expected. So we are suffering as a result. Yeah, but I feel we are in the right direction. Only that we've seen the fiscal policy, you know, that has been implemented with the government coming in to, like, press us a bit,
Yeah.
which I really feel then the government should work on ways on how to, make these flexible for the common person, so that it doesn't pinch us that much, So we do understand that, yes, we have an economy to grow, yes, we have a government to run, but don't pinch us that much.
Yes.
So basically, this is our phase. We don't have to lose hope. I think we are in the right direction. We just need to enhance, and come up with better strategies, in regards to how we engage our partners, such as foreigners, on trade. We need to come up with better ways on how we optimize, globalization, at our advantage, how we optimize, agricultural lands.
Yes.
We need to enhance our manufacturing, our mining, and by doing all these, we'll be able to, to create more jobs. For our youth, and also noting that even the current statistics has indicated that around 2032, the job market will should have increased to around 40 million.
Okay.
That's the job, the job market. People who are willing and are looking for these jobs.
Yes.
So we need to do more to scale up this economy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Elvis, imagine my time is up.
That was very fast.
That was very fast.
Hey.
Quick, fast, and in a hurry, like my friend Odipo usually says. But I'm sure we'll get you back.
No, I'll appreciate. It was very fast time.
Very fast time.
Yes, so I really believe you'll call me back
Yes.
for another more incisive
Conversation.
discussion.
Yes.
So that at least we can also now, educate our young people.
Very true.
How to, revenue generation,
Very important.
Savings and all that.
Yes, those are things they need to know. Okay, my friend, clinic lazima nifunge. Daktari anaenda kuhudumia wagonjwa wengine, mifuko zao ziko na shida kubwa kuliko zako. I hope that this conversation has inspired you and encouraged you.
Thank you for watching. Remember, subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can get notified whenever we upload new fresh content every day. Stay tuned and enjoy fresh, uplifting content.